Like many other cities, Amsterdam is in a state of transformation, and that mainly has to do with the fact that many different actors, from night culture to breeding spaces to the free spaces, are looking ways to really create impacts together when it comes to spatial planning. We are really trying to facilitate a collaboration between those different actors in the city that actually have the same goals, but for a long time already speak different languages. So this is a kind of a first step, which we really hope on the long term set some soil.
I think it's interesting that in 2022, word free is totally contaminated and corrupted. And the intention that something is for free is always watched from a very suspicious angle. So we are really first trying to remind people of what it means to have a free culture, free space, free access, free form of expression.
One of the things that I really enjoy of coming to this conference is the fact that I can see many people working in the urban environment, but thinking about the urban environment as something open, something that needs to be accessible and free, and how a space can foster communities and community building and practices that are good for the hyperlocal environment.
We live in a city which is very expensive, where the rents are not available or affordable anymore. And I think it's very important that we're talking about the public space, who is belonging to the public space and who can live in a city like Amsterdam, and who can we facilitate self-organizing and community building.
We build cultural tools and what we call structural tools. So it's culture and structure. It's education and it's technology. And these are resources that any community can take and can deploy and can co-create with us and with others. We want everybody to be able to self-organize and provide transparent and fair ways of producing value.
Self-organization is a topic that comes back a lot. I find it very special to see that the administration in Amsterdam of the city is looking how they can step back more and facilitate that. And on the other hand, you have the cultural actors reclaiming their space. So having the living world and the system world coming together at such an event and thinking and collaborating together is a super special moment.
The city is very full and we have to build many houses, and many people want to live here, to be here. So the space is under pressure. So we have to really fight for specific spaces, to give them to people or collectives, to do something in the city that we see if we don't do this expedition, that we lose them.
The scene that contributed to making Amsterdam hot and popular as it is had to migrate in order to create space for a very much monoculture and capitalist hunger. The reason why Amsterdam was actually because of communities that eventually had to leave.
We have creative ateliers for young people, but they don't have any, or artists, but they don't have any rights. They can just get out. They are thrown out whenever, the people owning the place want. So we also need structural rights for artists, and not just use artists to gentrify a part of the city, and so that the houses in the area can become more expensive. This is short-term policy and not long-term policy.
A massive, massive question for Amsterdam. How can we make that space accessible? Not only for now, but also looking at that city of the future.
The future of cities, it's about the future of their people and how they organize themselves and what type of value they bring to the city. But not only the city, rural environments as well. We need communities and we need organizations that want to make an emphasis on the value that they produce that is not just economic, that is also social or ecological. And we want to empower those groups and provide the tools so that they can do it themselves. They can govern themselves, and they can provide the measurement of the value and the impact that they bring to the communities and the cities.
From a big picture, that's actually the future of Amsterdam is not separated from the future of the Netherlands. It's not separated from the future of Europa. It's not separated from the future of the world. Like, as long as the words still have these power dynamics are huge, this separation is huge. I believe that Amsterdam gonna be a city of separation.
I'm taking a lot of pleasure in hosting conversations with people that have worked about free space and cultural spaces for a while, and put them in a space where they see that their struggle is more than local, that their local narrative of struggle connects to a bigger fight, and connects to something that is good for us all. So in a way, I'm hoping that the conversations that perhaps I have started here, that are helping people in these spaces to feel a little bit more validated, a little bit more recognized.
Yeah, I think from the point of view of actually giving words and vocabulary and giving so many different groups, different people the opportunity to talk about their ideas, I think that is absolutely key to getting anything changed. You know, if we're not holding down this kind of free space where people can come and actually discuss issues, then nothing is going to happen. It's going to stagnate. You know, we need this flow of energy.
I think it's so important that Amsterdam keeps the spirit it has always have, like a place where you can be yourself, where you see crazy things on the streets, eccentric people. It's important that we keep open in our minds, in our spaces. So I think for the next generation, it's very important to keep our role also in Europe, I think, as a very open and an open-minded city.
I feel that what we are doing is maybe not even about just creating new spaces, but creating mental spaces for us to maintain being healthy and together and connected in times of urgencies. And as somebody who experienced the war and collapse of country, I'm a little bit alarmed with present situation. But of course, as an artist, as an Aquarius, as who I am an optimist at the end. But the knowledge that we are sharing, the narratives we are sharing are also there to prepare people to actually stay together, be together, and maintain certain mental hygiene.
Seeing the collaborations that are happening, the possibility for imagining an Amsterdam that works more with its people, that it's more participatory, it does make me a little bit cling to a hope that Amsterdam can become a place made for people and not for profit and corporations.
Wij zijn inmiddels, heeft de gemeente een nachtvisie ontwikkeld. En die nachtvisie is bedoeld om nachtcultuur een betere plek te laten krijgen in het kunst- en cultuurbeleid. En nachtcultuur wordt ook gezien als onderdeel uitmakend van kunst en cultuur.
I want to focus on people I meet. I want to focus on emotions. I want to focus on actions. I want to focus on people who want to change. I want to focus on the party with people. I want to focus
Party
on
is also political. Huh?
100%.
100%.